Hello everyone. Lovely day. I did today. No, I didn't. I had some house viewings. I'm trying to sell my house, so I had. This is a weird story actually. I had 3 house viewings booked in. One of them turned up. The other 2 didn't bother. But there was a random bloke outside my house, just walking around, who decided that he might want to come in and view my house, just out of the blue. And I was like, "All right, come in, mate." Oh, well, I don't know. I'm going to check my wallet later, but I think it was just. I was actually going out. Exactly. I was actually going out into the street to tell him to fuck off because he was parked in front of my driveway, and I thought the people coming to actually view the house would be like, "There's no parking around here. What's this dick doing?" There we go. Oh, we can't hear Andy. They're saying Andy's on mute. I can hear you fine. Andy is muted. You are on mute. Oh no, this has never happened before. Shane McCarthy. Ha 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 ha. Is that in my story or just Andy not being able to talk? I can hear you fine. Let us know in the chat, guys, or we might have to restart. Can you hear Andy? Andy, sing us a song. Muted on OBS. I don't even know how you do that, Captain. Point me in the way. Point me in the direction. But I can't take it. I love that song. I haven't touched anything in OBS. That's not bad. You're not bad. He's singing Daniel Bedingfield right now, and I'm sure you guys can't hear it. I've not changed anything, Captain, so I don't know why my settings would randomly change. Looks okay, Captain says. Must be your end. Oh, I'm going to hang up the call. I'm going to call you again, Andy. Right. Bye. Professional. I can't even hang up the call now. It's not even letting me click the big red. I'm clicking the big red thing. Come on. You're going to have to hang up on me because I literally can't click it. Andy's left the call, yeah. Okay. This is A grade stuff, guys. Let's try Hangouts again. Let's give away loads of personal information while we're at it. It's alright, I invite strangers into my house, so we're good. We're on a video call. I was in a video call. Now it won't give me the option to video call him. Why the hell not? What an absolute tragedy. This is so funny. Andy.exe has stopped working. Is there anybody in there? It won't even give me the option to video call him now. You are in this call. No, I'm not. I left. Maybe I didn't leave. Better than watching Newcastle. Well, there is that. I'm not in the video call, you muppets. Moving all my windows all over the place. It take me ages to set up as well. Right, call Andy with video. Please work. It didn't even do anything. Brilliant. Call Andy with video. Can you hear him? Let him know. You're sideways now for me. I have no idea why that is. Suddenly you've just turned sideways. What the hell? You'll have to turn your camera. Yeah. You've now turned your camera sideways and you've gone landscape. Can you guys hear him? They can't hear him. They can't hear him. They can't hear you. Still can't hear. Oh, you sound clearer. I don't know. Have you done some weirdness? Try adding him as a window capture. I've not, Captain. You're talking French, mate. Don't know what the hell that means. Window capture. Oh. I didn't even know you could do that. I never knew that was a thing. We're on my window capture now. I don't know if that worked. This is probably like about, people have used this as an escape from real life, and I bet this is everyone's real life right now. The Zoom call problems and all that shit. Just reliving it again. I have no idea. We've not changed a single thing. Why would the sound just not work? I can hear him fine. We've got Captain in here who knows what he's talking about, and he hasn't got a clue. Extra audio output for Andy. I've never had to do any of that malarkey. He's just here and he talks and he's here. All my sound's fine. Try adding the audio from Hangouts. You'd have to talk me through it, guys. I've got no idea how you do that. Audio, I've always had it like this. Talk again, Andy.
I gotta get through this. I gotta take my mind off of you. Give me just a second, it will be okay. I don't wanna run away, but I
He's singing beautifully, everyone. I'm telling you.
I don't understand if I'm not made for
I'm not
you.
seeing anyone saying they can hear you.
Does my heart tell
Oh wait,
me
he's saying there we go. Wait,
that I am. Is there any way?
Oh, I think they can hear you. They can hear you. You better stop singing quick.
That's enough singing. That's enough singing.
Right, can you see him?
I've now frozen though.
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's on this new window that I've added. I might just delete that and go back to the old one because that's too advanced for me anyway. Let me delete that shit.
And I don't want to run. I started so high.
You've committed to that high tone. You've got to finish it.
Yeah, got to start low. I got to start low.
Why have you gone sideways on your camera? What is his madness?
It's mad.
Right.
And I've frozen again. Like, got the audio right.
Right, you should be able to see my screen now, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. We're getting there. You're just gonna have to put up with sideways Andy. I can try and enlarge you a bit.
Why is that?
Look. No, I can't see the chat, but we can see your head better, so that's
my massive head anyway, so it's fine. It's your shrink kit.
Well, there's nothing left to say, guys. There's a few players injured, and good luck with your game week.
Why do I have to rotate my camera that way? I wonder. That's fine. That's all right.
Right, this will do. Fuck it. I can't be bothered.
That's fine.
It's all good.
You can hear my voice. I'm not going to sing again.
Yeah.
Given enough Daniel Bedingfield.
I was actually pretty impressed with that.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Appreciate that.
No worries.
I actually went for X Factor auditions once.
Genuinely, or you just winded me up?
No, genuinely. I was there for about 20 seconds. They said nope. And I queued for about 4 hours.
Did you get things thrown at you? Or?
It wasn't even like meeting the judges or anything. It was just like these random two people. So
You,
it
you,
just
you,
filter everyone.
you sure they were the X Factor judges and you weren't just queuing the chippy?
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah.
The bloke in the chippy said, "No, not tonight, mate."
Or maybe it was that. Yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Oh, anyway, right. You're here for the information, not our charades. So, Andy, how did you get on? You were on free hit. You did pretty well. Could have done better, right? Something like that.
It's a decent game week, but not pleasing at all. Like I scored 74 on a free hit. I nearly got it so right. I got the Borough clean sheet, so I went for double Borough defence. Southgate, great. I thought I'd go for Atherton, a bit cheaper. Red card, killed me, so that was horrible. I had Ian Taylor first on the bench, so that was a killer 12 points.
Yeah, where the fuck did that come from?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, it's 4.5. He's always going to be first up, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just like, why can someone in my team not start? But then, annoyingly, like, you know how 50-50 I was on Viduka and Henri.
Mm-hmm. I told you to captain Viduka, you muppet.
I know. Maybe it's the Maverick in me. Maybe it's me trying to be a bit different. But because I saw the sim data, I knew perhaps Viduka was the better captain choice. But I went with Henri because it's the home fixture. I was confident, and in the end, it was the wrong choice. So it could have been like a 90.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, just the way it goes. But 74 is fine. I had Zenden, Cepeda did well, Viduka, Henri. Got the Melchot clean sheet again. Could have been another Chelsea defender like Babiaro.
Oh yeah,
that would have been nice.
I think Babiaro has returned attacking returns in his last maybe 3
Yeah,
years.
he's done well.
Yeah,
the Melchot could easily be the same, right?
100%. Yeah, just one of them things. I mean, Viduka could, he's an away striker, isn't it? So Henri could have hit a hattie on another day. I mean, he hit a hattie in the last game, didn't he? In the Champions League or whatever it was.
Exactly. Yeah.
Still,
it was nearly right. I mean, with the leak as well, I went Dion Dublin because it was either going to be Dion Dublin or Boxic, and I just thought Dublin starting. Yeah, it seems better to go that way and save a bit of money and just bolster the midfield a bit, which I did. So it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
To be honest, I don't think Dublin was a bad pick by any means, and I wouldn't be disheartened by him coming off on the 59th minute. They often have one whichever striker doesn't start will often be on the bench, and one of them will come off at some point. That's the risk you run. But Dublin, everyone knows he can be a goal machine, and it does look like he's ahead of Balaban. Balaban played 7 games, 3 subs, and then Dion Dublin started the last 4, so it looks like he's edged above him. His stats are still high. It can be one of those things where it will change each week, like York and Cole. Angel's played every game so far, so he's without doubt the safe option. But at Dublin's price, it's tricky to price Dublin because he can absolutely take the piss out of that price and hit double-figure goals. Nearly 20 goals sometimes, or even more. Seen him win the Golden Boot. So, good option, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's debatable this week what I do because I've got Yule that I probably want to sell for probably a Villa striker. So it's whether I take a punt on Dublin or just go Angel. So I'm pretty sure I'm just going to go Angel because he looks pretty nailed and he's probably a bit better. So,
cool.
Pay for what you get.
Indeed. I really like I know we're skipping ahead here and doing things in a weird order, but it started strangely. Blackburn, home to Charlton. I mean, targeting Charlton has basically been the greatest thing ever. I mean, 5-1 the last game. They lost 2-0 to City, not the worst. 3-2 to Leicester. 2-1. I mean, they're conceding 2 or 3 goals in every game here. So look, 3, 3, 1, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 5. So I just feel like if you've got Blackburn have got a pretty good run anyway, I think.
They have, yeah. I mean, Blackburn, one of the teams now that their fixtures have turned and it's really, really good run. I mean, I've got De Boer already, and he's actually probably a captain shout, to be honest, this week.
Yeah, I mean, I generally only like to captain strikers, but Ronald De Boer is basically, he's a midfielder playing up front, so if anything, that's better. So yeah, don't hate that at all. I think that's pretty good.
It's possibly. I mean, obviously you've got Rude, and I've still got Rebrov, who's actually got a good fixture this week as well. So
he has. And on that note, let's check that quickly because we hopefully saw the transfer news.
Hilarious, right?
Yeah, I mean, Sereni's gone. He went on the 31st of November, so straight after the games. and then loans out. Andy Marshall was just before that, so a few days before they loaned out their backup keeper. And this guy, this is what I think I've said it on the stream before. Actually, you can look at these stats; they're actually better than quite a lot of the A-team keepers. He is actually a good keeper in the game, and can even sometimes just oust Sereni, or he can get sold to Italy, and then he comes in and does fine. So that's why we priced him. I think he's either 5 or 4.5 because it does happen quite often. But they've obviously loaned him out now, and it's until the 25th of February. So you're going to get 3 months out of him being away, even longer. It's almost 4 months, isn't it? That's almost 4 months, and therefore they're going to play one of these people now.
Do you think would they recall him or not?
I don't think it's done now. No, I don't think I don't think I've ever noticed that ever happen. I think once the loan contract's done, that's it. I've never seen it. In the later Football Managers, they do it. I've never seen it, so I would put that as pretty much 99% that he is not coming back until February.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So now we're left in a situation. Well, they're left in a situation. This guy's out on loan, so at least he's gone. 25th of June, he ain't coming back either. So they've got a few keepers now. The favourite to start is probably Brannigan.
Big Keith Brannigan.
Big Keith. He didn't play last season at all. He's just basically the reason why he's the favourite is because he's the oldest. He's got a cap for Ireland, so his reputation should be a little bit higher than most of the others. He's pretty shocking, as you can see. His handling stats not the worst, but everything else is dire.
He's just pretty slow, I imagine, like a Keith, Kevin Pressman kind of type.
And keeper, actually, you do need pace and acceleration is actually quite important. There's only a few key stats for keepers, but that is one of them for obvious reasons. Run out your goal. The other guy is 18-year-old kid here who's got 9 for handling, which is the most important stat. The rest of the stats are pony as well. You've got this bloke, Lee Holger, who's probably the worst of them all, maybe. Proper shite.
Have any of them been bought at all? Have they been, or are they just there from the start?
Yeah, I looked through this earlier. These two are regens, Hyler and Reed. So I'll click on him again in a sec, and Kelly as well. So they're all regens that have come through the use. So that's why I think Brannigan's probably the favourite. But to be honest, it could be any of them. This guy's 16. His stats are actually better than the other two regens, and he looks like he could become a half-decent keeper. Because if you start at 16 with 11 handling, that's not bad. And all he has is 17 for jumping, agility 16. Like, he's not the worst in the world. Strength is important for keepers. Acceleration's 13. He's got a lot of the key stats for keepers, actually. So he's got an outside chance, but he's only 16. So I don't know.
Kevin Reed won't start over Brannigan. Definitely not.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. But the other thing is, whoever it is, it doesn't mean that they won't change it the week after. So we could have a situation, I think, like West Ham from season 1, like messed around with their keepers virtually every week. You've got Everton who play Simonson and Gerrard. You've got Leicester who play Walker and Flowers. We could be in one of those situations where it changes.
I mean, this could be like Spurs, couldn't it, as well, like last season, where
exactly.
different keepers come in every week. I mean, with Brannigan, I know someone asked that, because he's listed for loan, like someone was saying, oh, is he out on loan? But he's not. He's just listed for loan. So if he starts playing, that might disappear. And also, we have priced him already in the game, so he's 4 million. So probably if you're on wildcard, 4 million goalkeeper bench fodder. Yeah, Brannigan's the best now, yeah?
Yeah, may as well, yeah. There's no reason not to, is there? Because there's no 4 millions playing. But we could be in a situation where you have a permanent, pretty much a permanent, at least till the end of February, 4 million keeper. So Ipswich defence is pretty good. Yeah, the keeper will be shite, but you could even run with Brannigan and a random 4 million, couldn't you? If you wanted to, and save that 0.5. So there we go.
So you're saying as well, like if you had two keepers, so if you had Brannigan and say Jääskeläinen, and Jääskeläinen had a tough fixture, Brannigan had an easy fixture, you would be confident with starting Brannigan?
I would, yeah, because it's a similar thing. I mean, Bartes is a much better keeper, even though he doesn't appear to be. But it's a similar situation for me where you just play the fixture most of the time. Sometimes teams won't even attempt to have a shot, will they? In some games, with the way they set up. So, and he's always got the chance to save. Even though he might let in a few goals, they always can get saves. And sometimes keepers just put on that super keeper performance, even though they're actually diabolical. We see it quite a lot of the time. I mean, Tota came on for Spurs and saved a penalty and got an 8 in about 12 minutes, didn't he, the other day? So it can happen.
Not that you would know. Cheers, Rob.
Exactly. Oh, stick the knife in.
Sorry.
We could be in a situation, for example, where you could go, let's say Brannigan 4 million, and then whoever ends up on the bench, or if he's on the bench, the other one, like Hoyler or whoever it is, as the 4 million, and have two 4 million Ipswich keepers. That might not be the worst idea. Save some money.
Imagine, 8 million keepers. Why not? Could
Yeah.
do.
Pep, are they interested in any new goalkeepers? No, it's not sophisticated enough for that. No, they might do. Might buy someone, but
Yeah,
the
it
fact,
was so funny. I mean, Panda sent me the message straight after the game week, and I was like, "What the hell?" Like, hilarious. It's just insane. So.
yeah, oh, it's crazy. But on the positive note, Spurs have now got a very good goalkeeper because Keller is. I mean, he was getting pretty shit. I mean, he's been letting in a lot of goals. Doesn't even get that many saves anymore. Average rating's low. And Sereni's a good keeper, and he's actually been unhappy for the whole time he's been here. He's got a massive minimum fee release clause. So yeah, maybe he can make a difference to their defence. I wouldn't think that Spurs are suddenly going to start getting clean sheets left, right, and centre, but I would have thought that he'll improve them a bit, and his average rating will be decent. So there you go.
And I love that he's playing Ipswich the first game as well.
Yeah, what a story. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. We could have been in I was hoping it would be a situation like Di Matteo where they sold him between the Saturday and the Sunday and he played in both 2 games or something. That would have been funny.
That'd be good. I mean, Spurs have had how many keepers in the last season and a bit?
Oh God, yeah.
10?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous. I think all of these guys on this screen have played for him at one point.
Yeah, and Sullivan.
And Sullivan, yeah. Ipswich should buy Keller. You never know. Doherty's still wanted by Ipswich as we're on that screen at the moment, so still in the pipeline. Maybe he will go the other way shortly with the money.
Nice one. We have had League Cup fixtures this week in between game weeks.
Let's, in fact, if we go through the teams, and I'll click last match for each team, and then we'll see it as they come up, and then we can look at the draw afterwards. Should we do that?
Yeah, fair enough.
People have got the teams. So actually, let me just do the fixtures quickly so you know the order. So Saturday's actually only got 4 games. These are the guys playing.
That's because UEFA Cup as well. So there have been UEFA Cup games.
Oh, okay, nice.
So that's why teams are playing Sunday. A lot of teams.
I don't know how you guys know all this fixture stuff or keep it in your mind. It's incredible to me. It's just like whatever. I just ignore it all.
I just look at Salah's planner. That's all you got to do. Go to his bio, click the planner.
Doherty's playing goal for Ipswich. Could be. Spurs and Ipswich have got 2 extra days. These guys have all got an extra day. I will try to click it as I go through just to remind myself because it's hard to remember who's got what. Right, but for Arsenal, as you can see, there's a few low conditions. This is a result of either Europe or the League Cup. We'll click in a second because most of the B team are played there. Henri's good, Cole's good, all of the main players are good. Last match was the League Cup against Leicester.
Holloway back in, lovely.
Holloway back in. As you can see, they didn't play Henri, so a bit of a Rep 12 team here. They had Stepanovs, Holloway came in, Luzhny came in, Pennant, so low reputation competition. That's the reason for that. And Leicester went full strength, apart from... maybe Elliott was suspended, I think, actually. I'm pretty sure he was, yeah. So they went full strength. Izzet scored again. 2 shots, 2 on target, 8. But they went out and they got battered, to be honest.
Nice.
And it's 3 shots on target, 2 goals. Holloway, fuck's sake. Did they play in Europe as well? No, they only played League Cup, didn't they?
No, it's coming up. It's the big game at Real Madrid. So they need a point to get through.
Yeah.
Is that Tuesday or Wednesday? They're playing?
Let's go back. It's Wednesday the 6th.
Wednesday. Okay, plenty of time. Not that it matters. I mean, they'll go. It's away from home, isn't it, against Derby? So
yeah,
it's fine.
No Holland. Is he done it before? Replied. Oh yeah. Holland replied. Yeah, not is it? Holland's always on Twitter. He's a great guy.
Yeah, really good. He's got notifications on our account, I'm sure, because he seems to tweet straight away.
Yeah, he loves it. Aston Villa, in terms of injury, Steve Staunton still a month with a hip injury, needs a replacement, I think. Steve Stone is 82%, but a few days away, but he is orange, so could feature. Looks like Hadji might have ousted him though, so I wouldn't be too worried there if you have Hadji. As for Taylor, who was the superhero for I think like the 1 or 2 owners that have got him, he's out for 10 days with strained knee ligaments, so he's not going to be playing.
Shame. Cheers, Ian. I'm sure his owners. I wonder how many people actually played him and didn't have him on the bench. Yeah. I wonder who actually got 12 points.
Can't have been many, can it? Rory's certainly one because he's been telling us every 5 seconds. Chris Emmett, given Holloway has had a few league benchings, I think it's time to give up on that experiment. I mean, to be honest, there's always the chance that he comes back in as well. I wouldn't rush that unless you have to, if that makes sense, Chris. As long as you've got another keeper and he's playing, I'd just leave it. I wouldn't take a -4 or anything, but it might be something you fix on wildcard or whatnot, because to be honest, rotating keepers hasn't really worked a lot. I mean, Jaskalainen, for example, has just been ridiculous home or away pretty much. The Watford keeper's not been bad, a few of them, so there you go.
Just while you're at Villa, I know someone, I can't remember who said, but can we do a comparison between Barry and Mellberg, please? I just want to see the stats.
Barry and Mellberg, okay.
Yeah. Just see a comparison. Who comes out on top?
It'll be Barry's better at fullback and Mellberg's better at centre half. Right, let's see.
There we go.
So red is Barry. So yeah, acceleration, agility, bravery, determination, finishing, flair, passing, reflexes, set pieces. Yeah, more stuff to do with attacking, obviously. Mellberg, he's got 5 for crossing, which is a little bit better, but aggression, marking, positioning's the big one there, 6. So I think he's better. But then the average rating, as you can see, this is the big thing for me, because that isn't really that important for us. It's 7.8 for Mellberg and 7.25 for Barry. So Mellberg's just more in the frame for bonus. They both got.
There's a big difference. Yeah.
Both got 1 assist each. Barry's got 1 man of the match. 11 games and a sub for Barry. 10 for Mellberg. Yeah, for me, it's Mellberg all day. But Barry's not bad. I mean, he's been close, but it's just that there. You've always got that chance for that extra bonus points with Mellberg, I think.
Do you think it's like Mellberg's gone up though because of he's got 2 attacking returns, hasn't he? Last couple of weeks. Get 2 assists.
I think he has, hasn't he? He's got 1. Yeah, he's got 1. You can see it right there. He's
One
got 1
there.
assist. Yeah. I just like the centre backs just get more bonus in this game generally than a full back, and Barry's always got the chance to play at left back. Mellberg can play at right back, but because they've got Mills and Carr, it's much less likely. And Alan Wright's not completely nailed. He's playing a lot more than I thought he would. 5 games, but we're in Gameweek 12 now. So anytime Barry drops out, then obviously Alan Wright drops out.
Wright drops out, yeah.
Yeah, then Barry will end up at left back, and it's harder to get a bonus in the full back spots unless you're basically Ian Hart or someone.
Yeah, I mean, it's surprising why Alan Wright plays, because surely it's Alpine and...
Yeah, Alpai's been strange
Mellberg.
from day one, hasn't he? Because even in season 1 he didn't play all that much, but...
He was like equal to Mellberg, really.
Yeah, he got 31 in the end, actually. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, usually like more around 35 games, so he's missed a few. Surprising, but there we go. It's ChampMan. We can't account for some of the madness that happens sometimes.
No.
And this was their League Cup game, which was a little bit of a rep. So Brewers, Alpi played. We still had Dublin and Angel, so people who were on Dublin, I don't know if that means anything to you. Balaban was nowhere to be seen. Dublin started. Hadji on the right, and you got...
Of course, Hadji scores 2. Well, scores 1, man of the match.
You had him in your free hit team, right?
I had him in free hit team, yeah. With Taylor first, so of course, yeah.
Dublin gets the assist, Hendry gets an assist, Angel gets a goal. It's pretty much, and they only scored 2, and basically every single popular attacking asset got a point for them, which would be frustrating for people who had them at the weekend. Man City were full strength, and Flitcroft with the assist. Lee Croft got a goal when he came on. Who look 17 years old. That looks like he looks like a future star, doesn't he?
Great player. 3 ejector seats there, and Mellberg unhappy. Was that just contract stuff?
Wants to move to a bigger club, probably. He often
is
goes
it?
in
Yeah.
season 2. Let me see. Yeah, feels he needs to leave to further his career. Will help the club to improve their league position. They've had some tough games. I think they've had tough games, Villa, and now their good run starts now. So I expect they'll come right up out of this 16th place. But Mellberg often goes to one of the top sides in season 2, so keep an eye out for that. He goes to Man United, Liverpool, Leeds, quite a few teams. Chelsea, seen him go as well.
And Abdul saying Mills on his way out.
Oh, he's just unhappy as well. They're just
Same.
Everyone's pissed off with the manager because he's doing shit.
But that would change once they get a couple of wins.
Yeah,
and be mid-table. Yeah,
it's debatable as to whether that actually does anything to a player's performance. So I wouldn't worry too much. Blackburn ahead of their very tasty game against Charlton. I've still just got Wallace as orange flagged. Ronald de Boer is at 90%.
They play tomorrow, though, don't they?
They play tomorrow, yes. So he'll be at 96, 97, and he's pretty much nailed, so I wouldn't worry there.
Yeah.
Janssen wants a new contract. Stats are still looking good. Capped at B2 level. Not really happened from this season, but if any game was ever going to happen for him, you'd expect home to Charlton is one of them.
Do you think I can go De Boer captain?
Mate, I'd be tempted. Who are other options? I mean, it's definitely out there, but it's Charlton.
It's Rude or Rebrov, the other two options.
And Man United are away to Man City, right?
Yeah.
And Rebrov at home to Ipswich. Spurs goals are so shared, but so are Blackburn's. I don't know. I like Rebrov or De Boer. I like both of them. But you know what Van Nistelrooy's like. He might just one goal is enough, isn't it?
And that's kind of your 18 points, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
6, yeah.
Right, let's look at their last match. So they played Brann, and they're through. Matt Jansen with the goal. That was their team.
Nice.
Hendry stats, please. I'll click them in a sec. Yeah. 6 shots for Jansen, 4 on target. David Dunn with the assists. Duff went off in the 57th minute with a yellow card. I think it's the first time he's done nothing in ages. Yeah. Straight away, his morale's okay. He was superb last week. Now he's depressed.
How dare you take me off? Yeah. Like Jack Grealish tonight was angry, wasn't he? Did you see that?
Yeah, in the last 3 minutes. I mean, what are you worried
Ridiculous. About? He's just doing it for cameras, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm 100%. I believe that's for the cameras. He knows they're all on him.
Yeah.
Pep talk, what formation against Charlton? Yeah, it'll either be this 4-2-4, which they play at home most of the time in easy games, or even the airplane one. I don't know if they've played it recently, but you know what I mean. It's basically the same, but 3 at the back. Not that one. Yeah, this one.
I'd expect the same one that they played against Brown, to be honest.
Yeah, this or that. I mean, this is home to Ipswich, so Ipswich, I think, are Rep 12 as well. So it can be either. They change all the time. There's no way to predict it, I don't think. What was I going to do? Oh, Lee Hendry stats. Did they also play in the League Cup? No, they didn't.
They played UEFA Cup.
Okay. Aston Villa, Lee Hendry.
And the UEFA Cup is going to be drawn, like, basically because they've got Champions League last games, and then the third round is those that joined from Champions League as well. So the draw for UEFA Cup won't be until next week.
Nice. Hi, Mac. Good to see you. Mac's like perennial top 20. I think he's top 20 at the whole of season 1. I think he's like top 20 again season 2. Good player.
Yeah, a lot of good players in the top 50. A lot of the engaged people in there, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Janssen, current captain, Chris Heritage. I love that.
Yeah,
I always love to play the fixture. So if
exactly.
if it fails, I don't think you can say that like it was a bad decision. That's why I like doing it. Bolton. So,
DeVos. Yeah. That changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah, Mr. DeVos, The Rock, 2 weeks, damaged foot. He's been very, very good. So I think who will come in is going to be who they signed, who's been on the bench and come on a couple of times. It'll probably be the person's name I can't say.
Skimmicker. Yeah, isn't it Lars Sigurdsson and Hendry?
Sigurdsson, yeah, he's been playing every game. So Cooper and... No, he plays for Derby. Sorry.
Derby. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
So you got Hendry, Cooper, and DeVos usually, but now it will be Skimmicker, I imagine. They've got other players, but I don't think they're quite at the level. Oh, Mr. Dave Perrins is in the chat.
Oh, evening, Dave. What a lovely guy. Miss you, Dave. Come and do a stream one day.
Yeah. Someone's saying Ipswich are higher rep. They are. You're correcting me. They're 14. Yeah.
Dave, what's your how you getting on? What's your OR? Be interested to know.
Well, he was going to pick Olivier Decor until I told him not to, so I'd imagine it's pretty shit. Sorry, Dave.
He's having fun. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So some low condition here. 89% for Cooper. He's 1 game away from a ban. They do play today, so yeah. I mean, I'd expect Cooper still to play on there, but there's always a chance he doesn't. Their last match was in the League Cup, and they lost 1-0 to Chelsea. Chelsea rotated.
Extra time. That's why they're unfit then, since they went to extra time.
There you go, yeah. That's a heavily rotated side for Chelsea. Only Desai and Petit, Lampard, Forsell. Bolton played close to full team. Pedersen missed out. They played Barnes at the back there, Pitts. So yeah, a little bit of rotation actually.
And Chelsea just ran him into the ground, so Cooper's tired and DeVos.
Cooper's still got a 9 away from home. Just
incredible.
Yeah, it's absolute tank. Perennial top 20 to 10. Yeah, just need that extra push. You get there. Right, I've covered everything. Oh yeah, Wally, who's in my team, is 90% weak, so obviously can feature because he's orange, but I prefer he didn't because he might get re-injured.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on. Charlton, just Jonathan Fortune, 2 weeks, twisted knee, doesn't play anyway. None of these guys are first teamers.
Just click on Sean Davis, who's got sent off. She's got a suspension coming up.
Where have you gone, Mr. Sean? There he is. On the 11th for 1 game. So he misses Sunderland at home.
If you want to get Sean Davis in.
Yeah. Well, I imagine Jensen comes in, was the hero from season 1 and is actually half decent, so could work out for them, to be fair. Rufus, yellow card, 1 game ban, coming soon. He got destroyed by Viduka in the match comms. Literally every time Viduka did anything, it was challenging with Rufus, and he just flattened him.
Yeah, so one-sided, wasn't it, that game?
Yeah, he got smashed. And the thing is, it could have been Al Joffrey that played in his position instead, so it could have been even worse, I think, if that had happened, but it wasn't on this occasion. Who to replace DeVos? Skimmiker. Springbok will probably be the one who comes in. I think if you go in Bolton defence, then Cooper is just the most solid, easy pick, but Gardner's the flair pick who will probably get a few assists and goals across the season, which he's been doing already.
Yeah, I'd still go Gardner. I mean, Cooper's actually 1 away from suspension as well now, so
yeah, that's true.
That's a bit risky getting in.
I mean, the way they've been defending, there's an argument to go Jaskelein and Cooper and Gardner. Just leave them in there.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. Last match they played. Oh, they didn't play in the League Cup then. Was it Leeds game? No, they're already out.
Knocked out. Yeah, it must be.
Oh, Colchester. What's Hughes looking like? Hughes is just his normal self. Good player.
Actually, there was one major shock in the League Cup. Actually, we'll probably get to that in a bit.
Okay. Great player for Birmingham. He's been doing very, very well, and he is a good player for Charlton, definitely. But I wouldn't expect him to hit double figures in goals or assists. But obviously, you don't need that. I mean, some people have been talking about just playing him permanently. I think any time Charlton have got a home game, and it looks a little bit better than one of your defenders, then you play him, like without a doubt. But I'd be surprised if he sort of killed it season long. But he's got the potential to. Chelsea, quite a few injuries.
Zola's gone now. He's finished as an asset.
I think that, yeah, you're probably right. Forsell has now been starting the last few. I mean, there's been some injuries as well. We already clicked that one before. He scored, obviously got a 9 here. Let's just click him actually. So 3 games, 5 subs, 3 goals, 1 man of the match. If he can starting regularly, he's a better goal scorer than Good Johnson even. So,
yeah, and how much was Forsell?
I think he's 9, 8.5 or 9 or something.
Very good. I mean, because he'd be like a premium asset, but cheaper if you start playing.
He's a tricky one to price actually, because in the season one, in the simmings for pricing, Forsell came out very, very well, but obviously he did nothing and didn't even start in season 1. So you've got that balance of, you don't want to price him so cheap that he can just break the game, and at the same time you can't price him purely on the fact that he's done well on pricing because it hasn't happened yet, right? So we had to find like a balance, and obviously strikers have just risen across the board, all across the, and like you say, he is potentially a premium striker for a decent team. So I'm not saying jump out and get him yet, but he has been scoring, and if he can permanently replace Zola, then I think he's a better option than Good Johnson.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, Chelsea for a good run or a double game week for Forsell, he bangs them in. I really, really like him. If he's playing regularly, I'll get him in. No doubt about it. Premium striker for that price, definitely.
3 months for Warren Cummings. He's not bad. signed him, I think. No, oh no, he's actually started there and they loaned him yet. When do they play? They play tomorrow, so they've got a chance to get a few bits of condition back. Good Johnson's 89, for example, so yeah, probably be 95, 96.
Tough game. I'd be interested to see the sim data for Liverpool Chelsea.
I mean, away from home, they try to make it really low scoring, and they're capable with their centre backs. So I'd be surprised if the average goals is high for either team. Liverpool will still attack at home, so I'd imagine they're favourite. But
even with Liverpool's defensive crisis, that's an interesting thing.
Oh yeah, good point. I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, I'd still have Liverpool maybe like 1-0 winners or something, or maybe 2-0, 2-1, something like that. But I imagine it'll be low scoring. Most of Chelsea's games are low scoring, unless they're home to really shit sides.
Mm.
That's why I went for Terry and Desai on my dead team, because they make games low scoring and they've always got a chance of getting bonus because none of the attackers really take the bonus from them. So look at that.
Will Desai go, this be his last good season, I guess?
Probably. He's the peak age for the defender. I think it's 32, if I remember rightly, something like that. But it's different for each individual player. It's not completely set. It's all around that age. For him, clearly, he's not hit his peak because his stats are still godly. He's still playing.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Where did we get to? I covered all of Chelsea, didn't I? Derby, I'm sure no one really cares, but they're playing today. Murray, 10 days. A Boulder, still out. Yeah, everyone's good. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, everyone sort of went on Christie. I think a lot of people, and he didn't really do that well. I think he got an assist or something. But I know people who went Ravanelli instead. He's now returned both games in a row. I think he returned last game as well.
That's League Cup, isn't it?
That's League Cup. Let's look at that while I'm here, though. So that was their team.
A few different names in there.
Yeah, Wexstrom, Camp, Burton.
Wexstrom's decent, actually, isn't he? I think he's got good. He's fast.
Creativity 17, pace 15. Yeah, he's not the worst. Yeah, so they beat Wolves 2-0. Good result. Where's Ravanelli? Only 4 goals, 2 assists, but they've come in the last couple of weeks, I think. Yeah, so he scored away at Villa, that's tough. And then he scored at home to Watford. So a lot of people jumped on Christie at this point. But if you jumped on Ravanelli, he's now got he's got a home game, so could do all right here, and then a home game versus Leicester, so could continue and repay quite handsomely over those 4 weeks. A Boulder gets me every time. It gets me as well. A Boulder. Everton have got
slowly their assets are slowly coming into some sort of form of it.
Who's that?
I mean, you look at Gravison, he's very going under the radar quite a bit.
He is, isn't he? He's been doing well in terms of average rating. Looks superb morale, 9, 7, 8, 8. Man of the match's goals. He can have he's one of the players that can have freak seasons relatively often. His stats are great. Long shots are 17. That's really good. Almost at Veron levels. He's not a bad player. He just plays in a bad team really, and the formation doesn't help him. But Everton are one of those teams that have got quite a few sleeping giants, and if they get a new manager that changes formation, they can really do well. But yeah, they've still got a few assets here or there. Rzinski's a star player. Okay, interesting.
He doesn't start this, does he? I mean, was Campbell in okay?
Campbell and they actually won 5-1 against Prague overall. Gravison scored again.
Nice.
Yeah, Campbell and Ferguson are their front two, but when they play this formation, there's not a striker role, so that's why one of them occasionally drops out. Usually. GX at left back again.
Yeah. The GX spinner roulette, where we play.
Yeah, I just don't like this formation at all. Ipswich make it work sometimes, but even their strikers struggle to score with it.
Well, Dimitri I was thinking of as well, the other player. He's come in and scored.
He's done all right.
A couple of goals.
He's not been too bad, has he? GX 89%. Oh, Irons is in the chat. Hello, Irons.
Oh, Irons. Evening, mate.
Great work on the streams. It's tomorrow though, Irons, that Everton play. So he'll be on like 95, 96. I wouldn't have thought that he won't play. Where will he play this week? Yeah, what's their game actually? They're away. They're away to Leicester, who are Rep 12. So let's look at another away to Rep 12. Charlton. So that's what they played on that occasion. GX was with a lovely attacking arrow up to striker.
And that worked pretty well against Charlton.
And they won 4-2. Charlton are a bag of shit though, so there's no guarantee they play that. They played it away to Bolton. Away to Man United, they play that stupid one, yeah. So could end up being up front when they touch the ball. Been here from the start, just lurking. Knock on the door, lads. That's me knocking my chair, I think. Sorry. Right, let's move on. Ipswich have no concerns apart from the fact they've got no goalkeeper.
Which is a major concern.
Which is no concern at all.
Brannigan. Oh, he's let one slip for him. I'm looking at that team and thinking, Rebrov captain, last chance against Brannigan. It could be like a 5-3 game.
Yeah. Rebrov's the ultimate troll, though. He either scores a hat-trick or does absolutely fuck all. Like, it's really annoying. He scored at least one hat-trick in season 1.
Oh, he scored plenty. Was he third top goal scorer season 1?
Was he? Oh, fucking hell, don't remember that.
Third or fourth, maybe fourth. I think it was Viduka. Was it Phillips next, and then Rude third?
Oh, definitely. Phillips, Viduka, Van Nistelrooy will all be up there.
Yeah. I think maybe it was Rebrov fourth.
There was certainly a patch where Rebrov was ridiculous. Like, he was really good, and he is a good player, but he is quite erratic with his returns. Leeds, who play today, home to Newcastle. Very good game. Let me do the last match first. So they won 3-1 against Oldham. Ian Hart played as a centre back.
Brilliant, love that. Just can't drop Singh in this form. What can you do? What can you do?
Decor got a run out. Baka, Kelly, Berkovic played. I mean, he was a fantastic signing for them. They paid 7.75 million for him, and he started 3 games.
What were they thinking? Oh, they're thinking about League Cup for Berkovic.
When they've got plenty of AMCs on the bench and in the youth team that are actually half decent. They gave Viduka the day off.
Nice. Which they would have done. Yeah.
Yeah. Smith again played very well.
Smith's a good pick actually. Smith's decent.
Yeah.
Could you go for Smith over Viduka?
You can. I think you can, because he's another guy who can hit the 20 goals, and he will play generally between sort of 25 and 38, and you're playing the lottery as to how many of those he'll get. Some sims he would get over 30. Sometimes he would get just to 25. So you just have to be prepared that can happen. But yeah, when he takes to the pitch, he's almost as good as Viduka, I'd say. So
yeah, because I know quite a few people have managed to squeeze in Rude and Veron as a double, so they can't go for Viduka as well. It's just too much. So Smith is definitely a cover pick for Viduka, right? I think.
Yeah, he could do a job. Definitely. There's it just depends on your setup, doesn't it, as to what you're going to do with your strikers, I suppose. But Smith is definitely an option. I mean, all of the Leeds players from last week, or was it the week before, whenever their good runners started, they're all decent, I think, most of them anyway.
Apart from Harry Kewell.
Apart from Harry Kewell. Yeah, Singh's done all right. I mean, you could basically just see these as Hart's points, couldn't you, if he was playing? Isn't Keane ahead of Smith? He is, but they play with 3 forwards, 3 ejector seat. So Keane usually plays here, and Kewell will play here. The reason being that he's playing more at the moment is because Bowyer's out. So because Bowyer is out, it frees up one midfield spot, which Kewell usually goes into, and then Keane plays AMC and Smith plays up top. So let's go to their last proper game. So like this, Batty came in, but that can be. They've got so many midfield centres.
Yeah,
it's always a risk. But this, as you see here, is most likely to stay, I would say. I mean, Bridges could come in instead of Smith. There's always that. But if Bowyer plays, then often it's McPhail or Decor or someone else here, and then that pushes Kewell here, and then that pushes Keane here, and then Smith goes out. But anyway, injuries. So the Chief has been injured. I don't know if we knew about that. Bowyer's a few days, but he's 54%, so he is not going to be playing. So again, if you own Smith, probably a good sign. Dewberry is 1 month. And Radaby is a month injured in training.
Oh,
The Chief. Quite a few people went for him, I think, recently for their nice run of games.
Yeah, I think a couple did.
Yeah. So
wanted the Leeds defender.
Yeah.
Thought Radaby was most nailed. Yeah.
So you've got Ferdinand, Woodgate, and now the third defender. I'm going to assume, as he's been featuring now and then, is going to be Fernando.
Jose Fernando.
He's going to be in there, I imagine. And yeah, he's got 9 for jumping, which fucking worries me. I mean, I'd be worried now because he's going to be playing as one of the centre backs. Did he play in the centre of the 3 or not? Let's have a look. Not that it means he'll definitely do it again. I can't remember what happened. He didn't play there. So he's playing in one of the spots that's up against a striker. So imagine he goes up against Alan Shearer.
Carnage.
I'm praying that happens because I've got Big Al in my dead team and I don't give them any hope in this game. But if he's up against Fernando, there's always a chance.
Do you think, quite often as well, Ferdinand leaves? Do you think there's a chance he could?
Yeah.
How often do you see that in season 2?
Yeah, no, it can happen. I didn't notice it too often, but I've seen it just from playing the game in the past. It happens a lot. Obviously, when you update the patch, he plays for Man United, so it depends how often you've played this version of the.
Because I just know that Ferdinand's the one player just goes everywhere. Like he just moves clubs constantly.
Yeah.
So off to Milan and back to Barcelona and then somewhere else. Yeah.
I don't think Hart will play left centre back again, John. To be honest, I've never seen that. So that was just a League Cup randomness to me. I don't think they wanted to rotate their team because it's League Cup, and therefore they had to pick centre backs, and they probably didn't have enough because they've got the injuries. So as a result, they just threw him in. Oh, there's a few here, but for whatever reason, Hart just won that particular lottery. I don't think you'll see him play there in the league. I'll be very surprised.
Pep Talk saying Sing's 83%.
Yeah, so they play today, and Sing is 83%. So it's looking good for Hart. I'd be surprised if they started to Sing on 83% ahead of Hart.
So you keep Hart again. Just keep rolling.
To be honest, if you've held him this long, you don't want to sell him home to Newcastle, right? That's got Hall written all over it.
Yeah. I mean, we discussed this last season, didn't we? Like Newcastle at home is for the good teams is like a fun fixture, like because of how Newcastle set up.
Yeah, I'd expect him to. I'd be disappointed if he didn't get an attacking return in this game, and he's very likely to get a clean sheet unless Shearer boys Fernando, I'd say. I noticed someone Iron say there's the fact that Smith has played well, give him more chance. No, no, I don't think so. Playing well and stuff can help. In terms of they keep playing games and their ability and reputation gets better, and therefore it gives them a better chance to start, but it's not as a result of their performance, especially if their competitor is out injured, and then so basically their levels are just going like this, and it's not that would be happening even if he was playing shite. So if he was playing every week and not scoring, it would still be doing that. So it's not directly linked to performance.
Improves his move to Rangers soon. That'll be on the cards.
Yeah, nice. Is Viduka up against Matteo this week? Well, Viduka always plays on the same side, so I'm told. So Viduka always plays here on the right, which means he will be up against Matteo on the left, yes. Which is a very good matchup because Matteo is not a centre-back. He's shite. Viduka will be up against Matteo Escobar. But Marcelino's not good either, actually. In fact, I'll just jump quickly because we're talking about it anyway. So, this is assuming Marcelino plays, of course. Where is he? Where's he gone? I'm blind. Marcelino?
He's on the left-hand side, right 3 up.
Yeah, 13 for jumping, which is not particularly high for a centre-back. His heading skill's good once he gets to the ball. Once he gets there, the heading's perfect. He can direct it wherever he wants, but he can't fucking reach the ball. Acceleration 9, pace, positioning's only 14. He's not a particularly good centre-back, so I think that's a part of the reason why Newcastle have struggled quite heavily is they're just not playing Dabizas, who is far better. Jumping, heading, acceleration, positioning's a little bit better. Everything. He's just a much better centre-back, so... How long is Hippier out for? Yeah, we'll see that in a sec.
Soon we'll get there.
It's taking quite a while because there's lots of little intricacies this week, I think, that if you pay attention to, could hopefully benefit you. Dennis Wise, 1 yellow away from a ban for Leicester.
That's been there quite a while now, I think.
Yeah, how's he avoided that? They play tomorrow, so everyone's condition will be fine. Elliott is still out for 2 matches, which means Heath will probably be playing again. Who, again, I mean, he's 20 for long shots. That's great. Up and comer, but positioning 16, that's not too bad. But jumping again is pretty low. You know, he's not the best defender out there.
He's okay, though. He's all right.
He's okay. Yeah, he's not too bad. I've given him a bit of stick. You've got Jerry Taggart as well. They've got some nice games, Leicester, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, Leicester probably, along with Blackburn, have probably got the best run now, like short term.
I mean, if you get Jerry Ferry in, you'd expect some clean sheets and bonus along this run, wouldn't you? You'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Right up to Man City is decent. Oh,
Yeah.
And then Millwall and Ipswich as well. How many home fixtures they got in the next 8 or 9? Like 6.
A lot.
You go to Ipswich, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah,
It's not
very
bad,
good
is
run.
it? And
So you
Delaney as well.
think Taggart and then is it for midfield? The best 2 to go?
Yeah, I mean, Delaney as well, if you don't feel like, you know, hopping on and off for another expensive defender, you just want a 4.5 filler. I mean, Delaney's fine. He can do really well. He's one of their star players, decent for bonus, can get attacking returns. It's not done overly well, so if I was 7.64, that's fairly high. It's not too far off with the likes of Cooper, for example. I think Cooper was 7.8, something like that.
And what's Taggart's average rating?
Where is Mr. Taggart? 7.18, so a lot lower. Surprising.
Yeah, it's quite surprising.
It is surprising because I think he's still the highest tackler or thereabouts. Very close in the league. So I don't know what he's doing to completely fuck up his average rating, but apparently something. It could be the fact that the defenders aren't on man marking. It doesn't tell you. So yeah, there's a good chance that they're playing zonal Leicester, which is really bad for centre backs. The reason why a lot of the defenders and the centre backs do well is generally for the teams that play man marking. So yeah, it's why Chelsea, for example, play man marking with Desai and Terry, and that really helps them. And Bolton do as well. The two left and right ones.
Mm-hmm. And also, I mean, strikers for Leicester as well. How do you feel about them?
Well,
would you go there? Which is two like there's so many good strikers in the game.
I just wouldn't bother. Akinbaye can do well when he starts playing, but he's not playing yet fully, and he's the only one I'm really interested in. Sturridge did well season 1, but
he's so unreliable and goes off so early as well all the time.
Yeah, no, he's probably priced too highly, to be honest. I think we fucked that one up, or I probably fucked that one up. So, yeah, it's your man, isn't he? Along with Delaney, Scowcroft can still obviously do very, very well. He's scored 4 goals in 6 games, so he's got the potential to haul.
Yeah, would you say is it over Scowcroft just because he's cheaper?
Yeah, because I always just like the guy who's got penalties, and I think he's just generally the better player. Scowcroft can occasionally end up, as if they play Akinbaye, they'll play Scowcroft in centre or than right wing, and I have seen that happen quite a lot in season 2. So he suddenly loses his main asset, which is being up front. Right, let's get off Leicester.
Here we go, the Carnage team that everyone wants to.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
it's not too bad.
It is not too bad, and this is the reason is they actually play tomorrow. Hippier is on 63%, few days, twisted knee, so he can go up. 7% is the minimum, 8% is the maximum. So he will be on 70 or 71%.
He'll definitely get injured if he plays.
Yeah,
definitely.
you would have thought so. So there's a good chance. It's home to Chelsea, and he's one of their star players. He could quite easily feature. We've seen this before, that when people are orange flagged, they feature. In fact, that's not quite true. When someone's orange flagged, they can jump up a random amount, not always 7 to 8. So I actually said that wrong. So there's a chance he could jump up a little bit more even, and play injured. I really hope he doesn't play injured, because he's in my dead team, and if he fucking gets injured again for months, then I'll be stuck with Paul Evans and dickheads like that. So I really don't want that to happen, but it could happen.
Sorry, Paul Evans, if you're listening. Yes, apologies for that.
Sorry, Paul.
Avid watcher, I know
Dudek is also 67% a week, so he could be over the 70 and play as well. He's a little bit longer before he's back though, so probably less likely, but still could. Hegem again 69% in 10 days, so there is a chance they could be fielding at least 3 people on an orange flag, and also they could then make subs in the game because they obviously don't factor that, and then those players get injured. So there is a high chance that Liverpool could finish the game with 10 or 9 people on the pitch if they start them.
Yeah, and then also likely to have 1 defender on the bench and 2 defenders get injured.
Yeah,
could happen.
Yeah. Oh, Max just said in the chat, maybe on a delay. Can't he go higher percent if he's flagged? He is. Hopefully, we're just on a delay, and I cleared that up before. Yeah, he can do.
Yeah. I mean, I've got Hegem and I've got Hippier. And I'm probably going to bench both, to be honest. I mean, there's news coming later, which also hinders my plans as well. So I'm going to do something, but it's an awkward one. I mean, it's awkward to kind of, because Hippier's going to be back in a week if he doesn't play. It's going to be fit and ready to go.
Yeah, and their run's really nice still. Someone was saying earlier in my Discord who's the best defender for the next 4, and I was thinking, well, obviously I can't say anything because Hippier is an injury and we'll wait for the stream. But after that, I don't think. I mean, I think he's pretty much a season lock because he's got penalties and stuff anyway and high rating. But also their run. I mean, home to Chelsea. I haven't seen the sim data, but like I said, Chelsea will rock up defensive and try and grind out the game. So that's not a bad game for them. He could start and still get a clean sheet in this game, and if he survives, he could do well. Home to Blackburn's League Cup, isn't it? Away to Man United is obviously a shocker, but then home to Newcastle, away to Charlton, home to Aston Villa. Aston Villa away to the top sides are one of the worst teams in the division. They play defensive and men behind the ball don't counter. That is basically confirmed clean sheet already. Just put that in your diary. That's happening. So yeah, it's not a bad little run of 4 games there. I think it's not too bad.
I mean, on the sims as well, Liverpool concede less than any team in the league.
Yes,
because of how they play.
Yeah, the reason being this as well, positioning, which is the key stat to stopping goals for your team, and Hippier is sitting there with 20, which is...
Yeah, I mean, always 1-0s, 2-0s, don't go mental, but just really solid. Yeah,
so I'd rather he just didn't play this game, to be honest, but if he does play, I'll be crossing my fingers that he can last the whole match.
And just look at on-show as well, because I know there's a suspension future.
Oh yeah, he got red card, didn't he? What a clusterfuck they had last game. So 3 match ban starting on the 9th of the 11th. So where are we? 9th of the 11th? Did I just make that up? Yeah, that is November, isn't it? I'm being stupid.
Yeah, 9th November.
Yeah. So he misses Man United, Newcastle and Charlton, unless any League Cup games go in between there.
I haven't got a schedule to hand. Maybe. 13th
of November is the 4th round.
Okay.
So, so he might miss Man United, 1 League Cup, Newcastle at home, and be back for Charlton away. Probably.
If they get past Blackburn. Yeah.
If they get past, yeah. Right. So yeah, their team could be much changed, Liverpool, or they could all start and end up with 8 players at the end of the game. We just don't know.
I think I'm going to bench. Do I bench both? Benching Hippier and on-show.
Yeah,
when I've got other problems as well.
If they start and they last the game, they've got a good chance for a clean sheet. This is the problem. And imagine Hippier gets a penalty. Imagine he just survives the whole game and it's a penalty 1-0 man of the match bonus.
Yeah, I mean I might have to start Hippier anyway because of what happens in a bit. Yeah. And you know what happens to me, so.
Yeah. I mean, I've got no choice. He'll be starting, so I'll be cheering him on. Manchester City, they play today against Man United. Big clash. Team's pretty much all good. This will be the meeting of direct style and offside trap. Man City play with offside trap. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Can help them. So this is how they played at home to Liverpool. Offside trap and attacking.
Nice. I think they'll score. Definitely can see them scoring.
Play any big games at home home to Man United in the FA Cup? How do they play here? So normal, short, yes. So you would expect it will be similar to this is what they'll play. But because they've got that offside trap, this will be it won't be the same because it was a different manager. It was obviously Fergie at that point. Play direct. So it'll be interesting to see. Because Newcastle played Man City last week, offside trap versus long ball, and they managed to win 2-0 away from home. So you never know.
I think they'll score this week. I wouldn't fancy a Man U clean sheet.
No, well, yeah, Man City are good at home. Man United lost the last 2 games in a row, Sunderland and Millwall. Don't know where
It's
that
just like season 1 as well. Borough top of the league.
I know, it's mental, isn't it? It's absolutely mental. Seeing Middlesbrough top of the league is very rare as it is, but to see it back-to-back seasons, and considering how badly Middlesbrough dropped, remember season 1 after about game week 20 and they sold Ekyog, they were basically the worst team in the league for like the last 18 games.
Yeah, like 10 points the last, second half of the season. Ridiculous.
Yeah. So then they signed Zepeda and now Charlie Miller, and suddenly they're the greatest team in the world again. It's mad.
Steve McLaren, what a guy.
What a dude.
Well, actually, you'll have to check Manager of the Month, actually. Has he won? He must have won a couple of Manager of the Month.
Let's have a look in a sec. Remind me when we get through these. So they play, today. We just did that with Man City. Most of their big names are fine. Chadwick is on 84%.
He's in my team. Sai.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why he would play if they've got Beckham, who's on 100 or whatever he is. Where is he? David's on 100. Roy Keane suspended. So Scholes, Emerson, Beckham himself could play centre midfield, and Chadwick could then maybe get a squeeze. But I wouldn't have thought he starts. And if he does, he's quite low condition, so he might come off.
Yeah, be nice to see Emerson play. That'd be good.
Emerson
for a change. How do they do in the League Cup?
They beat Carlisle 2-1.
Reserves.
Chadwick played in this game. That's why he's probably low. So he came back from his injury and then played again. Fletcher and Scholes kissing in the middle there.
The ref playing left back.
Callum Munarak playing up front. Danny Webber, there he is. Ronnie Woolwork got rolled out.
Yeah, gone to Carlisle, play the reserves, get a result, leave the Stars at home.
Scholes is 87% as well. Someone's saying, yeah. So you'd expect it to be Beckham right wing, Giggs left wing, Veron obviously, and then that third spot. It could still be Scholes on low percent. It's him or Emerson, but you'd probably say Emerson's probably got a good chance because Scholes has got better stats for AMC than he has for midfield centre. So if I was a betting man, it would be Emerson. But to be honest, they've got a lot of options. They could still, like I said, move Beckham in or play someone else there.
Ronnie Woolwork could go centre mid.
Yeah, something like that.
Table toppers.
The Borough. Tomorrow they play. Most of these.
You click on Atherton, who's got a suspension coming.
Peter, 3 matches. 9th for the 11th. So we think this will probably include the League Cup as well, don't we? So Spurs at home, that's a good game. Then the League Cup, then away to Ipswich. That's kind of annoying.
And then a tough run, Chelsea, Man U. But I mean, I haven't got him anymore. It was on a free hit. But
oh yeah. Crystal Palace, one of Mbop. Ricard.
Cepeda, what a season! What's his average rating? Must be.
He was man of the match again, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
All right, let's just do the League Cup quickly. Heavily rotated side here. Ricard's still got to run out. It's good to note these things though, guys, because when a team is going to do a Rep 12 in the league, there are certain players that still often feature in the Rep 12 sides, and Ricard is one I've noticed before that does play. So that's another thing that may decide or push you to picking him over Boxic, is that he's more reliable to therefore play even when they do a Rep side. I mean, Middlesbrough don't do it that often because they're Rep 12 themselves, but there's no guarantee. Obviously, Whelan could just come in and be Willian and Nemeth, but it seems more likely the fact that he's even featured in a Rep 12 side is a positive for me.
People saying Boxic is fit now. Abdul said that.
Yes, he went off injured, didn't he? So I know people were debating who they're going to hit him out for and do X, Y, Z. He got a heel injury, I think it was, damaged heel, but he was only out for 6 days. Now, those people that are very clever in the Discord went into the editor and had a look what heel injury is, how long that is out for. There was only one in the editor, and it's 5 to 15 days is the random amount of time that you can get. So he's got very lucky to hit 6. He's hit the second best possible you could.
Nice.
So he could have easily missed this match. The other thing is when a player gets the same injury over and over, so damaged heel here, there's a thing in the game called recurring injury, and it's a tick box that you can put on in the editor, and some people get it. And then obviously that same injury will then be a lot more likely to happen. So their injury proneness level almost goes out the window, and it then gives you an unknown added chance of it happening. Now, I'm not saying that's happened here, but for example, if he was to get another damaged heel, then you would have to bet that maybe he's got that, and then it would be a worry to keep getting him in, because it might consistently keep happening.
Yeah, then you need surgery.
Yeah, which probably won't happen because the AI is stupid. Yeah. Or they'll just send him to physiotherapy for a month, and then
that could happen.
Send him to physiotherapy. That's what they'll probably they do that, and then what? He's out for a month, red flags, physiotherapy, and then after 2 weeks he was orange, still attending physiotherapy and able to play on 90%. What the fuck?
Juan Sebastian, can he come back for a bit? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'll just put that on the weekend.
Puts down his cucumbers on his eyes and comes back.
Yeah. During the week you don't have to train, just go back and lounge about, but for the game just at least turn up.
Brilliant.
Where is the Cepeda? I was going to click him for you.
Yeah, just to see how his average rating. So high.
Was only okay. Yeah, for a midfielder, that's stunningly high, to be honest. Only Veron hits those levels usually.
That will regress, do you think? You can't see it keeping that high?
Yeah, no. I mean, he's great and he's going to continue to do well. That right midfield slot for Middlesbrough, as we discussed at the beginning, Johnston showed what's possible in that spot. The tactic is set up for that spot. With the left foot as well, the same as Johnston, the cutting in, therefore getting some goals. It's all good, but you saw what happened to Johnston too, right? Second half of the season, It tailed off massively. So I do imagine at some point it will stop, but I mean, for now, there's no reason not to keep on the wagon. Yeah,
I mean, I'm cheering on Borough. I hope they do it this season.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Great team, really like them.
Away to Sunderland, I'd have to see sim data on that. I'd expect that would be like 2-1 Sunderland, maybe something like that.
Yeah, it's tough to pull. 2-2, yeah.
Middlesbrough, so another injury.
State of it. It's annoying.
Just for the one man owned by Andy Martin.
He's been on my bench all season. He got a haul the other week when he was on the bench. Now I need him. Yeah, and now I need him to play, and he's got a good fixture. And he's injured.
Yeah, home to Bolton. Yeah. And he's got injured in training just randomly. 2 weeks damaged foot.
Yeah, I'm going galley deep this week.
Galley deep. Deep galley. Yeah, everyone else is okay though. Kinnet. Kinnet. Who would you keep out of Angel and Boxic for Van Nistelrooy? Who would you keep out of for Van Nistelrooy? So what, you're selling one of them for Van Nistelrooy? I
mean, I'd keep Angel for these 2 home fixtures, I think. Yeah. Personally.
I think Boxic is slightly better than Angel season long and there's more potential maybe, but Angel's securer and has got the better game, so I go with Andy on that one as well. Already have Cepeda, I don't think that matters. It's not about coverage. Newcastle today, Carl Court. I think a big reason why Newcastle have been shite, and we saw it from season 1, is when Carl Court doesn't play, it makes a big difference to Newcastle. Even when, and also when Shearer doesn't play. So when Shearer was out and it was just Court up front, Newcastle really struggled. But when they both play together, they make a massive difference. So he's 90% few days, pulled hamstring. I think something I've noticed, which I thought more people would pick up on last week actually, is when it's muscle injuries, they tend to have a less likely chance of playing. But last week for Van Nistelrooy, it was a bruised head, 90%. So I always felt like he was likely to play that one. And actually, Rod Wallace, about the week before that, or 2 weeks before, had a bruised head, was orange 90%, and he played for Bolton. Only one person I saw in my Discord picked up on that, and no one really sort of noticed. So something to bear in mind. Maybe if you get bruised heads in the future in 90%, I think there's a good chance that they're probably still going to play.
Yeah, put a bandage and get going. But
Yeah,
it's different injuries.
Get the fuck on with it. What do you mean a bruised head? Fucking get out there. Unless it's over your eyes so you can't see.
Yeah. Massive swelling of the eye.
Yeah. Unless you're a boxer and you literally can't continue. Right, everyone else is good. So those of you that have got Stephen Hughes will get the pleasure of him once again, maybe. So is Hughes worth keeping?
Not for me. There's better options there.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be stunned if he does anything away to Leeds, but I'd be saying that if he just scored a hat-trick last week. Home to Millwall, every chance.
But even at home to Millwall, we've got players that, I mean, you've got De Boer this week at home to Charlton.
Yeah.
And they've both Leicester and Blackburn have got great fixtures in the near term. So for 4 or 5 games, De Boer, or is it easily going to outscore Stephen Hughes?
Definitely. Well, the Chelsea wingers as well that no one's really been jumping. I mean, Zenden's been absolutely killing it. Duff's been killing it. There's been loads of players that just don't seem to be template that have done very, very well in the last few weeks that no one seems to own. I mean, Zenden, 9-1-6-2, 7-7-10-8. I mean, he's been doing fantastic.
I was disappointed last game because he came up a few times in comms, didn't he? Like he scored one.
Yeah.
But then there was like misses as well. And
I think the third goal, Lampard's goal, which was no assist, was his shot at goal, which deflected, and then the keeper parried, so it would have been assist in FPL, but not for us.
Yeah. Carboni's been quiet there.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, Zenden's been stealing it all. Come the end of the season, you know, Carboni will catch him up, and probably may even overtake him just with the penalties and free kicks. But yeah, can't argue with what Zenden's been doing at the moment. Duff had a slow start, but last 4 games have been crazy good.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we just missed on Millwall as well. Just got notes here. So Joe Dolan got a red card.
He did indeed. There's only one match ban on the 9th for the 11th. I don't think anyone's got him, have they? But so he'll miss Newcastle away. So Shearer's. That's a great tie for Shearer anyway. Newcastle home to Millwall, and now Joe Dolan's out. Nethercott will be out as well, probably. Oh. Andy, you disappeared.
Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
Before I lost you. But... So they might have both their... Well, the Corrigan and Bersham can both play centre-back, but they've got some centre-backs out as well, which isn't ideal. Sunderland. Still just Swartz that's long-term. They play tomorrow. Tomes 100%. Arca, Phillips, all 100%. McCann. I don't think anyone else is particularly well owned. Ardley, Lawson, they're all good.
Did we see how Newcastle got in the League Cup? Did they play?
Ooh, no.
That was the league game, so they're knocked out already then.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember they lost 4-3 to someone.
Oh yeah, they were 2-3 to Walsall. Yeah.
2-3. Yeah, because Sunderland definitely played, and that's a shock result.
Did we check Millwall? Let me just do Millwall. Oh, they lost 3-0 to Middlesbrough. No, that was the Premier League as well. Sunderland, lost 2-1 to Stockport. Heavily rotated side. Again, take note, Issa played in a Rep 12 side. Sunderland didn't Rep 12 at all, I don't think, season 1. Very, very low chances that they do, being low themselves. Don't seem to do it at all. Phillips seems to play every game, but if you were picking out of Tome and Issa, then it's something to consider, I guess. Sunderland are out then.
They're gone.
Tottenham, permanent sick note. Darren Anderson, he's in
just like real life. Brilliant.
20 injury proneness. He's actually pretty decent in the game, and he's still injured. So again, they don't.
Although really came back and played though, didn't he? Last game.
Yeah. So he played and got subs. He played in the League Cup game. They won 2-0. He's out for 2 weeks, again with a twisted knee. Richard Johnson, they signed him from Watford last season. He came in for a cameo, stunning performance again. He's actually played well for Tottenham every time he's played in centre midfield. And because he's got those 20 long shots, he's always got a chance, but then he just gets binned off instantly. Rebrov scored just to troll everyone.
Great. Everyone doing well in the League Cup.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Slakovic, no bonus. 3 shots, 2 on target. That's classic. Simon Davies with an assist. You got him as well, haven't you? Simon Davies and Rebrov.
Yeah, I've got Simon Davies. Yeah. I mean, FPL today. I mean, Chris Basham got a goal. I've had him all season. Phil Foden scored. I sold him recently. Yeah.
You do like my timing in FPL. I don't even try anymore in FPL, but my timing is you've basically picked off exactly where it happened. This is what I've said to people in the past. Like, there's a stage when I was playing FPL where you feel like you're invincible, like you're playing with it, like your mates, and you're doing well in overall. And I had like a few seasons where I was doing really well, and you feel like you're on top of this. Like, there's no way you can come less than, I don't know, 10k or whatever. And then suddenly, just everything will go wrong for you in a season, and you suddenly realise you're not invincible, and there is actually maybe some luck involved. Because I've always, up to that point, been telling everyone, nah, you're shit, all your mates are skill, you just need to know what you're doing, trust me, you need to follow me.
Exactly. That's like me last season. Like last day of the season, I bought in Tierney, got 11 points, and Grealish got like 9 points. I'm like, I can do whatever I want. I'm so good. Like I started Duda for Norwich. I benched De Bruyne, and Duda got 1 point more than De Bruyne. I'm like, wow. Yeah, see, I'm the best.
Yeah.
And then like this season,
and then reality checks, and you realise that it's not quite that way. So yeah, even those guys out there with stunning records, like there's managers out there with incredible records, isn't there? But there will come. I mean, Mark Southerns is a perfect example. He's had his most shocking season is more shocking than virtually anyone who'll be on this stream, and he's one of the best managers going. Like, it can happen, and he's managed.
I mean, late riser has been killing it last few seasons, and this season is what, 1.5 million.
Yeah, sometimes it's just nothing you can do. It just completely goes against you. What else is there to say for Spurs? Nothing really. Doherty's still wanted by Ipswich.
Shane McCarthy saying, will Spurs defence now be options? I don't think so at all. Wouldn't go near them.
No, I mean, it remains to be seen. They still play the same way, which is the main issue. The defenders aren't really the problem. They're still decent defenders. It's just they play with a back three. They play attacking in nearly every single game, which doesn't lend itself to clean sheets. They don't. The other managers as well will put their foot on the gas when they go up. And we had a game recently, didn't we, where they conceded. They scored a goal in like the last minute and went 3-2 up, and then the next line was Spurs go all out attack with like a minute left on the pitch. Like, why? You just don't need to. So it's more to do with the manager than it is the actual team. So yeah, I wouldn't expect a massive improvement. Watford, Glass is out with a groin strain, few days. Did we do Spurs in the League Cup? I guess we didn't.
Yeah, Watford.
Watford beat Kidderminster 3-0. Gifton Noel Williams, who's having a hell of a season.
Keep scoring, yeah.
He's got one start in the Premier League. He's got 3 goals. Yeah, he's doing well.
So is that 6 goals from 3 altogether? Did I see that?
Yeah, 6 goals from 3 starts, yeah.
Nice.
Beast. Petkov didn't do anything. That's a surprise in 3 goals he played. So again, this is a rep side. A few names there. Petkov. Anyway, 3-0. They're through. And in terms of their team,
how's Galley? Is he fit?
Galley is 92% with his 39-year-old self. They play tomorrow, so he'll be at 99 or 100.
Can't wait for his 2 points. That'd be good.
Might get some bonus with an 8 if he hits one of these 8.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
maybe 3.
Yeah, way at Villa. No, he's not getting anything. It's funny to see the direct contrast between Spurs in ChampMan and Spurs in real life. Yeah, ultra defensive.
Yeah. I mean, Glenn Hodder was renowned for attacking back in the day. I like his style of play.
Oh, so before we get to any questions, put some questions in the chat if you've got any more, guys. We've been doing a lot as we've been going, actually. I'll put on some on Twitter, and one request I had was to make a 3-hit team for this week only. So I think what we're going to do moving forward, if we remember at least, is I made a 3-hit team this week, which I'll just bring up to go with the fixtures who I'd like and some of the options. And then next week Andy will do one and we'll talk through that, and then we'll rotate like that. Irons is saying, are you getting Petkov? I think we can cover that pretty swiftly.
100% no. 100%.
No, he's not. There you go.
Unless he moves to a decent team, he's not coming in my team now.
Unless you get Kane for Millwall, but not Petkov.
Kane, brilliant. Yeah, love the guy. Really big respect for the guy.
Okay, so you're not going to be able to see this, so I'm going to talk you through it actually. handy. In fact, I could share the window instead of the ChampMan game. Can I do that? That's risky if I start messing with windows.
Don't risk it. I'll turn upside down or something, or have to start singing again.
Yeah. I think it's so small.
I mean, I can see that on my laptop. It's fine.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't looked at sim data, bear in mind, and I'm not running sim. So make sure you pay attention to that if you like to pay attention to those things. They seem to be pretty accurate. So for me, I've just gone in on the teams that I think have got a good fixture. So Villa at home to Watford, I think that's a pretty good fixture. I've gone Angel up top. I think Dublin's could equally do as well, but I've just gone for the safer pick there in Angel. I think either of them is fine. Gone for Hadji in midfield because I think he's really good when he plays, and it looks like he is. He got a 10 in the League Cup, for example. So I think he's a good option. And Melberg also in line for bonus, I would have thought, even if they concede. So triple up on Villa, home to Watford like that. Leeds home to Newcastle is just an obvious one for me. Viduka in straight as captain if you've got him, I would say. I've gone Ian Hart just because Sing's at 83%. I think he'll probably play this one. Even if he doesn't, I still would like him as an option, just have someone on the bench. I would have gone 3 Leeds potentially, but I don't trust anyone else to play one with 100% certainty, so I left that one out and they just had 2. Slakovic, Spurs home to Ipswich with penalties, playing AMC. I love me some Slakovic. He's not done anything, but again, it's a nice fixture for him, so I stuck him in there. Gone for the Charlton Hunt with a triple Blackburn, home to Blackburn, possibly with the best fixture in the calendar. So yeah, De Boer maybe plays up front, 6 million straight in there. Weatherall, clean sheet, I'm really hoping at home. Janssen, not done anything so far this season, but that don't matter to me. I just think that's a great game, so I'd back him to do something.
Yeah, I'd even favour Janssen over Viduka, to be honest, maybe this week.
Yeah, it could be a shout. I mean, Viduka just showed you what can happen against Charlton. And then Izzet's in there because Leicester, they've got a good game, haven't they? They're home to someone? I can't remember.
Is it Ipswich? I can't remember, yeah.
Let me check on that. Yeah, they're home to Everton.
Everton, sorry.
Okay, home to Everton on penalties. Yeah, he's been fine, so he's in there as well. There's loads of other options you could think of. And we've got Martin in goal for the double Leeds defence. I don't see Newcastle scoring just because of the way they play and the way Leeds will approach that, unless, as I said, Shearer buoys up Fernando. But
yeah, I like it.
No Rude, nah, not on a free hit team. Come on, you got to have a bit of fun. I mean, Rude's fine, but he's away to City. It's a toughish game. He could easily do well, but I always like to play the fixtures.
Yeah, I mean, I had Rude on free hit last week, and I wasn't bothered not having him.
Yeah, this isn't the perfect team, and they could easily be wrong. They could easily do fuck all, trust me. There's lots of other options. I mean, another one is Derby and Arsenal. Derby are at home, which means they play attacking usually, and Derby are atrocious, and their wingers... It's been a thing for a long time now. If you target Derby with wingers, then they can do very well. So I would have put an Arsenal winger in here. The only problem is I've got no fucking clue who will play on the wing for Arsenal. But whoever it would be would have been in here. So, I mean, Tikhonov's probably the safest because he's got penalties as well.
No, Tikhonov, mate. Come on.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
Shit, isn't he?
I'd
is my favourite.
Van Bronckhorst. Van Bronckhorst?
Bronkhorst. Come on, say it properly.
Bronkhorst. Van Bronckhorst. Yeah.
Van Bronckhorst. I hope I'm not
Giovanni Van Bronckhorst?
Brockenhorst.
Yeah,
sounds like a fucking... I don't know. Something. What's that English show where they're in Downton Abbey? Sounds like someone from Downton Abbey.
Gio Brockenhorst.
Yeah, fair enough. Henri away to Derby looks good. Yeah. I mean, I've picked the home strikers because it's a free hit, right? But Henri could do absolutely fine there as well.
My prediction is Henri gets subbed off early because they got Real Madrid on Wednesday. That's my prediction.
Mate. Okay, you're still on those vibes where they're planning ahead.
I'm calling it, yeah.
Millwall keeper could do well, home to Bolton, gets lots of saves. He's actually really high up in the player ratings. Who else could do well? Liverpool, Chelsea's just, I mean, I say it could be hippie a 1-0 penalty. It could be a bit boring and just put in all these players. But Phillips home to Middlesbrough, still in my team. 2 against Man United last week, out of fucking nowhere.
It is good, that fixture for Phillips, I think.
Yeah.
Middlesbrough, do they play just normal? They won't go defensive, will they?
No, they'll play normal, yeah, pretty sure. And obviously Spurs at home to Ipswich was another one you could have put. I could have put Davies, Poyet, loads of people. I went for Slakovic, Rebrov. There's loads of options you could put in there.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I have got Davis and Rebrov still, so I'm pinning my hopes on them to finally come good. Hopefully,
Nice.
I mean they've blanked for me 4 weeks in a row, but we'll see.
Leak tomorrow, Adam saying, yeah, I don't see why not. I'll be simming it as soon as we finish. I'll be sending it to Rob, and it's just whenever he can do it. I think he's a bit too late to put it out now, so I'd imagine it'll be tomorrow morning at some point. Or 12 o'clock he usually does it, doesn't he? Something like that.
Can we just look at the League Cup fourth round draw? What are there?
Yeah.
That's been drawn. People that want to have that, because I need to work out myself how that affects blanks and doubles down the line.
Spurs v Leeds, that's a big clash. In fact, while you're looking through that, because you won't be able to see what I put on the screen.
I think there's only one tie, Sheffield United against Stockport, where it wasn't involving a Premiership club.
Okay.
So the rest involve Premiership clubs. So it's likely that a Premier League club will get to a final out of that.
Anurag saying Savarese is the third forward option with Millwall's fixtures okay coming up. I haven't looked at the fixtures, but if they're okay, I don't hate that at all. Savarese is a very solid pick, plays every week. If they ever score, he's usually involved. So yeah, don't hate that at all. The only thing I'll say is using up a forward spot in this game is always debatable because they're so powerful, they're so good.
Yeah, I mean the four teams I highlighted for kind of short-term fixtures are Leicester, Villa, Millwall, and Blackburn.
Okay.
So that's why I was pretty annoyed about Kinney. But those are the four teams that I'd probably look to get assets from.
Yeah,
like if you're keeping the premiums like Rude and stuff, then you want to go to those four teams to look at your fillers. Really, I think at the moment.
Okay, cool. Marcus De Giza, Rebrov and Boxic, or Shearer and Angel. Well, I don't think Shearer will do much, but it is Shearer can get a penalty. Angel's a good pick. Rebrov at home to Ipswich. Boxic, who are Middlesbrough playing? They're away to Sunderland, aren't they? That's not particularly good either. I don't know. That's tough. What would you say? Rebrov and Boxic or Shearer and Angel?
Oh. Can I have Rebrov and Angel?
I mean, that's what I'd take that. They're the two home strikers, right? If that's the option, then do that. If not, I would say...
I'd say Rebrov and Boxic, I think.
Yeah, I'd probably go along with that. I love Shearer, though. And Angel's a good game. Shearer can do it in any game. Actually, nah, screw that. Shearer and Angel. Angel's at home to Watford and Shearer's Allen. Allen.
Without Carl Court away to Leeds, no.
Ooh, well, he's 90% Carl Court. He might come, you never know. I doubt it, though, because he had a hamstring or something, didn't he? Who's the best goalkeeper to rotate with Jussi? This is from Twitter, from FPL Goodman. I think you said you'd work this one out, hadn't you?
Yeah, I had a look at it. So if you're looking for a 4.5, someone that rotates, it's Tyler from Millwall. I think you can play Jussi most weeks. But when Bolton have a tough fixture a couple of weeks' time, I think the Millwall have got Charlton at home. So you can go Tyler. But also Tyler's just been racking up the save points as well and doing pretty well. So I think Tyler for me.
Tyler's almost like the Kylie from last season for Charlton, I think. Yeah. Abdul is also in the live chat. Maybe we've answered it. Who do you guys reckon are the two most essential players in each position?
Good question.
I'll do defence.
Okay.
Hippier's one for me if he's fit. I mean, are we talking season long here, Abdul? Two most.
I guess season long if it's essential. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Hippier's one, and the other one's probably just Tome or Cooper. I can't pick two, can I?
Keep him in all season.
I'd say Tome because he's just 4.5 and he's great. I mean, you don't need to worry about him. Just leave him there. So Tome and who did I say? Hippier will be one.
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all.
Right, you do forwards. Two most essential. Van Nistelrooy is obviously one, isn't he?
Yeah, Rude is he's pretty much essential. He's too cheap still, 13.5, so you got to get him in. And the other essential one, probably a bit lower, so I'd say Boxic, to be honest.
Yeah,
because I know Boxic can get 30 goals a season. He's got it in him.
I think one of Boxic or Rickard is definitely a shout for there. Shearer, if you want to go up that bracket, is just that next level of safeness. Gary Smith saying Southgate for the defender. Yeah, that's not a bad shout too, actually. Yeah. Obviously, Southgate's going to outscore Tome. I was just more about you could just leave Tome for the whole season. Maybe you could leave Southgate for the whole season. I mean, I am, but yeah, definitely one. There's lots of defenders actually.
Yeah, and what about midfield then for you?
Yeah, midfield's incredibly tough. I still think Petkov is one of them, just because he can do it in any game. Set pieces, penalties, involved in all their goals. Petkov for me. I mean, he's picked in my dead team for that reason.
Yeah.
The other essential. I mean, he's not essential. Veron's the best, clearly still. The other essential, I guess, it's Brian Hughes at 4.5, isn't it? Just leave him in.
You wouldn't say many are essential, really, would you?
No.
From midfield, there's loads of different options. It's tough. Midfield's tougher for to leave a season long. Veron, yeah, because I wouldn't even say Zepeda's essential.
No,
I don't see he's not going to keep it up.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, but in terms of structuring your team and stuff, I mean, I've gone for some structure options there in Tome and Brian Hughes. I think if you got those guys in, they save you so many transfers down the line. Like, you're just leaving them in. They're going to play every week, and they do well when they come off the bench. Then it just saves you taking hits. So yeah, essentially in that regard. Gary Smith saying Zenden. I mean, yeah, he's been very good.
Yeah. Loads of different options.
I'll shout on the set, Whipping Boys, another one from Abdul here. Is it a good idea to target them? Yes, it is. It always has been and will continue to be. Same for Millwall most of the time. There's all the teams at the bottom of the league. Let me just go here that are conceding a lot of goals. Derby. It depends.
Yeah, the newly promoted guys, Derby, Charlton.
So this is against goals column here, guys. So you've got Derby, Millwall, Charlton are just getting absolutely smashed for goals. Charlton more than anyone else. Spurs on 22, regularly featured in the bottom 4 or 5 for goals conceded. So Spurs are another great one to target for goals. I think Man United have got Spurs away coming up soon, for example. And most people might be tempted to not captain Van Nistelrooy because it's an away game. But Spurs will be attacking, so will Man United. And that could be... I mean, he scored 2 last season, I'm pretty sure, in the same game. I know they've got a different manager now, but yeah, it'll still be a good option. I captain De Boer this game week. Yeah, we've already talked about that. Andy's considering it himself. He might do that.
I think I'm still undecided. I've got to lock my team in by Tuesday. I'm between 3. It's either De Boer, Rebrov, or Rude. And I don't think I'm going to go Rude away. So it's going to be between Rebrov and De Boer, I think.
I mean, he's got a massive ceiling because he obviously gets that extra point for goal and he can get the clean sheet point, which I'd say is close to assured now, or quite close. Although, no, Charlton can score against anyone. That's probably unfair. But the thing with De Boer is he's not particularly good himself as a player, but when you're playing up front, you've always got a chance, especially against them. Did Viduka owners get lucky with the Charlton red card? Maybe. I mean, it probably helped, but he could have easily scored 2 or 3 without it, I think. Is Henri a hold, says FPL Girls. I like him a lot. I think he's still got a good game. He's been returning. He's not been out of this world returning, but he's been returning. And yeah, I think it's very tough to have him, Van Nistelrooy, or Viduka, or a combination of that, and not have a particularly unbalanced side elsewhere. So for me, he's probably more targeted for games, or if Van Nistelrooy gets injured or something. But it could work. It could work. I love him. I think he's really good.
See, I mean, I think now, I've said it already, that I think Henri's going to be subbed off early. I just got this thing about the Champions League, and it's a crucial game against Real Madrid. I think they'll take him off. I know perhaps the game isn't as complex as that, but I've seen Sims.
I mean, he comes off early in games anyway, so it could just happen just because it's happened before. I was very close in my dead team. I basically had a choice that I had Van Nistelrooy as captain, and my vice captain, I was almost certainly going to make it Henri and then have Shearer, and obviously Henri cost a little bit more than Phillips, and in the end I couldn't make it work, A, for the cost, but also because Henri doesn't turn up in rep games. I thought if Van Nistelrooy gets a 3-month injury, suddenly I'll have no captain for multiple games, whereas Phillips is going to turn up every time. So in the end I went Phillips. Long story, but my point is I was considering for my dead team because I think he's a great option, so I still think he is.
Okay.
Best Blackburn, Abdul again. Jesus, mate. Better Blackburn asset are Duff, Dunn and De Boer. I think I'd say De Boer still because he's the cheapest of them all and he's up front and he's nailed. But Duff and Dunn could easily outscore him. What do you reckon?
I would say De Boer because he's nailed, he plays out of position, and he's decent enough. Yeah.
We did the comparison for Charles. That's cool. And Benny Blanco, what players and teams should we be targeting? Well, I did. If we wildcard this week, well, I showed you a free hit team, so I guess some of those guys. And then Andy's talked about some of the fixture runs as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you're looking at four main guys you want to keep in for a while. So you look at like Veron, Rude, maybe another premium striker, couple of decent defenders like a Chelsea defender or Southgate, and then you fill it with the teams that have got decent runs, which I mentioned: Blackburn, Villa, Millwall, and Leicester. That's where I would go if I was wildcarding.
Nice.
So I think you've got a base of 5 good players and good premiums from each position, and then look at the runs and see where you can plan for future transfers. I mean, you've got to look at the Arsenal double, which is creeping on us now, isn't it?
Yeah, good point. Max saying I'd bet on Henry being in the top 2 for strikers over the next 8 game weeks. There's a man who knows what he's talking about, so good stuff. Doherty's on 3 goals alongside Ian Hart.
Nice.
Ian Hart, 5 games, 3 goals, 1 assist, 2 man of the match. Home to Newcastle. Looks like a good chance of playing. He could even be a captain this week. That would be maverick.
You're not going to captain Ian Hart. No. Not with Harper Singh lurking. Any job security at all?
I don't think there is.
No.
None of the managers are getting sacked. For season 1 we had all sorts of sackings, didn't we? But there's nothing going on yet.
Oh, sorry, I lost you again. My phone's dying.
Sunderland have a decent run too. I think they do actually. Yeah, I did notice that. I think you're right, unless I'm high. They've got a tough game to begin with, haven't they? Or home to Middlesbrough, away to Charlton, home to Everton, away to Arsenal's tough, home to Leicester, away to Derby, home to Villa. Yeah, it's not a bad run. Away to Blackburn, home to Watford, City. Yeah, very nice run. Very nice run, actually, Shane. Yeah, good. Come on, Kev. Division 2 table. This is the thing. Phillips was absolutely dog shit, wasn't he? He returned game week 1, then was dog shit for about 7-8 games doing nothing, and then he's got a brace away to Man United. Did he score the game before that as well? No, he didn't. No, he got 1 goal against Newcastle and man of the match. So
it seems like Phillips and Viduka are just suddenly picking up now, aren't they? So it's decent.
Division 2 table for Bricky, Luton,
flying high.
Place. Yeah, they were top before, I think, when I showed him before.
Macclesfield's a strange one to be there as well. They've done well.
Liam George is leading along with Trundle and Nilton. I swear they were top last time I sent it to you, Bricky. Had a slip up in the last couple of games. Andy said there is something we'll see later that would affect his team. Have we seen it? What were you talking about, Andy?
I think it's probably, I'm thinking Kennett.
Oh, Kennett, yeah. That's what it was. Philip shall be scary as an all-owner versus Charlton. Yes. I mean, it's generally a very, very good tactic to target Charlton every single week. Like if you were to play that way, where if you were lucky enough where your team is always set up and you've got that forward slot that you can use, it is not a bad idea, in my opinion, to literally bring in the forward that is playing Charlton every single week. I think that you're going to win a lot of the time. Like there's going to be times where it's just not going to work. Obviously, it doesn't always go to type, but it's not a bad strategy. It's not a bad strategy at all. It really isn't. If you've got Van Nistelrooy up top, and then you say you've got Boxic or someone, and then you use that third slot as basically the Charlton slot, then it could work very well. The problem is this game you can't really plan for that. You know, it's been not too bad of late. I mean, last week was pretty bad with the orange flags. They wouldn't end up playing.
For some people, I've got like 5 flags, I think.
Yeah. But I'm just comparing it to season 1. I can remember times when I had tactical moves in my mind in the first part of season 1. I was like, yeah, I'm going to bring in. Well, I mean, like Belmorto was one that worked, for example. I did that like game week 3, and everyone was like, wow, you got a hat trick away to. No one knew that Southampton was shit. Apparently, I know they scored a hat trick and I was like, yay. But I had lots of those in my mind. But every single time I come to the week, I was like, right, well, I've got 2 people sent off, 3 injuries, so I've got no fucking chance of doing.
You just got to sort the mess out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, every time. Who's got relegation release clause for Charlton? Jesus, we're going niche now. We're trying to cut these streams down.
Yeah, I need to go really.
It's 20 to 12. I wouldn't worry about that. I'll DM you, Gary. Clint Hill for Tranmere. Yeah, he's great. Sometimes go to the Premier League actually. No one wants him yet. Sure, the manager will turn it around. Yeah, one of those niche players.
Yeah.
Right, I think that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully leak tomorrow to help
Good
you.
to get out early, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, help you guys along the way, and good luck for the game week.
All the best, guys.
All the best.
Tune in Thursday for more drama. It was a really good week this week. I really thought it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it.
I tried to tease you all with the red cards, not telling you who it was until the next tweet.
Yeah, it's good to do that. It's good to do that.
Yeah, and then putting
even though like when it was Borough, I was thinking, oh, Mill down to 9 men, that'd be sweet. And then
Peter.
Peter.
Sorry, mate. Oh shit! Yeah. The thing is, as well, it's painful for me because I obviously run the sim, and then I see Andy preparing his free hit team, and then he has to submit it days early to me, and I'm like begging him in my mind, just like Atherton is a great pick at home to Millwall. He's definitely getting a double clean sheet here, but I know he gets a red card, and he's sitting there, he's going, "Yeah, I'm definitely having Atherton." I'm sitting there thinking, "Fucking hell, I hope he changes that."
And Captain Viduka, like,
yeah,
what could have been? What could have been?
But no,
I could have been sat here with a robe tonight if that happened.
Oh god, it's coming. The robe's coming.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone. Cheers, David. Cheers, John. Max. See ya.
Thanks, guys. Cheers for tuning in.
Thanks for sorry it's late. Mate. Yeah, we appreciate you coming in. Sorry about my COD tournament. Won't happen again.
Catch your whopper, mate. Go and get him.
You're a